Hi, it's Kylie Q. Welcome to my studio. So today I am working on the Art and Soul Studio Facebook group challenge for May. And the theme that Diana and I have chosen for this month's challenge is collaboration. And as always, we leave it open to members to interpret that in whatever way they want. So what they might want to do is to team up with another art and solar and maybe swap some happy mail or agree between themselves what they want to do. The other thing is, excuse me, a bit of a frog in my throat. The other thing is, even if you don't want to team up with somebody just now, you could just make some happy mail to be used at a future date. Excuse me. I think it's hay fever starting. So, one of the things I wanted to mention was that, often when we do work with others, I think some people are reluctant to do so because they don't like to give out personal information, their personal addresses, etc. And I just wanted to say that there are ways of getting around this. Diana and I have worked quite a number of times together and we've swapped, we did a journaling by fives things together, swapped canvases and that type of thing. But this month what we decided to do is kind of a collaboration with a twist. And that twist means that we're not actually swapping anything physical. What we've done is to swap images of our work. So we're each going to use a piece of each other's artwork in something that we do, and we've simply exchanged that electronically. So I think that's quite a good way for people to collaborate, especially if they don't want to give out their kind of personal details to anyone. So what I'll do now is explain a bit more about what I'm going to do. So as I say, I've given a piece of my artwork in a digital image to Diana. She's going to work on that, so check out her channel to see what she's done. And she has very kindly given me two of her images, and I think they're both digital images that she's created. And I'm just going to insert them at this point so you can see what I'm working with. So these are two very beautiful images, but what I want to do is, I want to work them and make them my own in a sense, in terms of working them into the thing that I'm doing. I think another thing, just another little word of caution, you should always check with someone that they are happy for you to use their art. Obviously, you don't want to run into any difficulties later, but Diana and I have agreed what we're going to do. And there goes the phone. Back in a second. And there was nobody at the other end of the line. So what I want to do is, I am in the process of, many of you who have watched some previous videos will know that I have a dark journal, and I've started to decorate my dark journal because it's now complete, and I'm going to do probably a flip through of this once I've finished the cover. And because it's a dark journal, I want to have some images on it that aren't kind of stand out. I want them to have a kind of ghostly effect, and that's what I've been doing on this one. I've already started my second volume of the dark journal, and that's what I want to use Diana's images on. Now, this was a very bright cover, and all I did was to take some black gesso and go over it, and I then took, I don't know if it was a pencil or the end of my paintbrush, and just scribbled some lines over it. But I want to actually take this a bit further, and I'm going to be using Diana's images as the kind of main focal point. Now what I decided to do, and the way that I got this image, this was actually one of my own photographs that I'd taken, and I'll show more of that when I come to do a flip through of this journal. But what I've done is some gel medium transfers. So I've taken the two of Diana's images and done a gel medium transfer, and I'm going to do a separate video on this process. It's quite a lengthy process, so I didn't want to do that in this video. But you can see that I've got that slightly ghostly effect, and that's partly because I haven't taken all the paper off the back. But as I say, I'll show that more in my next video. So I'm going to use a number of different products. What I'll probably do now is just set the rest of this either to music, or I'll do a bit of a voiceover to explain what I'm doing. But I'll certainly let you see the products as I go along. So hope you enjoy this, and see you on the other side. Well, that was interesting. The decals, the first set, or decals, didn't quite work out as I expected. When I laid them down, I think because I used a gloss gel to adhere them, I think it just soaked right through the remaining paper that was on the back of them and made them really then just totally transparent. And of course, against the dark background, it was just impossible to see them. I could see them a bit, but it was just more faded than I wanted to. So I very quickly made some new decals. I didn't take as much paper off the back of these, and what I did was, before I then glued them down with the extra heavy gel in a mat, I actually coated the back of them and just gave them a couple of minutes to dry. So definitely much clearer now and much more what I was looking for in the first place. So there's some hard edges, and all I've done is to take a stamp and just try and soften them a bit. So that will be my front and this will be my back. And what I'm pleased about is that some of the colour is still seeping through. So I'd taken off enough of the background paper to allow some of it to seep through. So I think I'm still getting that slightly transparent ghost effect, which is what I was after in the first place. Really quite happy with the way this has turned out. I like these colours. I knew I needed to build this cover up because the cover of this book is kind of plastic coated, and I had sanded this one. I hadn't sanded the other one, but I had sanded this one. But already the gesso was actually starting to pick up in some places and kind of chip. So I was quite keen to put more covers, more of a cover on this. So yeah. And that's why when it came to it, I decided to actually go over where there were gaps. It's still possible to see some of the original printed tissue through it. Very much in the background now, but that's what was intended. And I think the crackle effect gives it something too. So as a journal cover, this isn't actually finished, but I didn't want to take it to the finished stage just now because, just quite recently started in this journal and still quite a bit to do. And I think as the journal develops, then so might the cover. But I'm very grateful to Diana for allowing me to use these two images. I'm looking forward to seeing what she's done with the image that I gave to her. And, I hope that others in the Art and Soul Facebook group will feel inspired to try some sort of collaboration of their own. And if you're not already a member of the Art and Soul Facebook group, then please do look us up and send off a join request, and we'd be happy to see you there. So that's it for the May challenge. I think, as I said at the beginning, I'll be back soon, hopefully fairly soon, doing a video on doing different medium transfers, and I use an inkjet printer. I don't use a laser printer. So some people say it's not possible to do this type of thing, but it is. It's just you have to do it in a slightly different way, or take perhaps a different bit of care with it. So I'll be back with that, and certainly be back with more on my dark journal. So meantime, thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.